And Deputy Mejia, can you make sure that Luke Galvan is brought up, please? Yeah, he's on page 9.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. And if your attorney's not here, you need to pick up the phone and call them, because what's going to happen today is somebody's going to be in jury trial today. It may end up being you. And if it's not you and your attorney's not here, you're going to be brought back in the afternoon. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know that you are here. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Christopher Andrade, Daniel Macias III,
Here you are.
Joe Gutierrez, Joe Gutierrez, Ezekiel Neely, Clinton Camacho. And could you call on that one, if you could call Monica Guerrero or either Joseph Stateson? Jeremiah Simmons, custody. Armando Garcia, Ricardo Garcia, custody. Christopher Lee Gonzalez, custody. Valderramo Joseph Chapa. Julian Rodriguez. Yes. Thomas Henson, custody. Sandra Galvan. Rapael Guzman. Juan Clara Rascon, custody. Christopher Morrison.
Here, Your Honor.
Juan Carlos Rios.
Here, Your Honor.
Camillus Galvan. Samuel Bach. Aldo Salas, custody. Anthony James Cochran. Mariano Rendone. Richard Campos. Matthew Rendone. Joel Francisco Garcia.
Here, Your Honor.
Kevin Curiel. Kevin Michael Curiel. Am I pronouncing that last name correctly? I think so. All right, thank you. I love when you guys say, I think so. You won't hurt my feelings. That's how I learn. Luis Beltron, custody. Renee Camarillo, custody. Christian Chavez. Arturo Martinez. Michael Cox. Michael Cox. Sherry Cooper, custody. Marion Sullivan. Luke Galvan, custody. Stephanie Galvan. Stephanie Galvan. Deputy Mejia, the late people, if they show up, just put them in the box. Joe Gutierrez. Clinton Camacho. Kevin Curiel. Michael Cox. Stephanie Galvan. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called or you came in late? LaShawn, you sit.
Judge Michael Cox is at 1:30.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right, everyone, a jury is coming up at 11. Attorneys, you know the rules, please confer. Your attorney is out sick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall you back and I'm gonna call you back for next week. All right, so we'll put you next week. Bashan, this is a motion to revoke. Would December 17th be a good day?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're gonna call you back on Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am.
If your attorney wants you brought back sooner than that, he'll let us know. But the earliest we can get you in this week will be Thursday, the 12th, but that's only if your attorney, lets us know that he's doing better. Otherwise, your court date is going to be December 17th, which is Tuesday next week.
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tuesday, yes. All right, thank you. If you put him down for the 17th, thank you. And Deputy Mejia, if you'll bring out Rafael Leal's client, and Mr. Leal, they're bringing your client. You are not allowed to leave the courtroom because they're going to go get him now. If you leave the courtroom, show cause.
So close.
Yes. Because you do that all the time. And then we have your client here. And then you come back at 12. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yes.
Hi,
Good morning, Your Honor.
you need to have them pull the file.
Hi, Samuel Bach. We just need to approach. It's a trial case.
Samuel Bach. Who you been conferring with? Hi, okay. That's okay. All right. All right, so my understanding, all discovery has been received. Today is the, we did have a plea deadline date previous on September 17th, but there was some slight issue with the discovery, and then I called you back here. So my understanding, you still are requesting a jury trial?
We are requesting a jury trial, Your Honor. We are ready, but I need to give you a couple of things. First off, the expert that we have is only available for tomorrow. And I was anticipating asking the court, it's the forensic pathologist that would do toxicology testimony. And if the state had not rested and we couldn't take him at the end of the day tomorrow, I was gonna ask to take him out of order. He is unavailable on the 12th past that. Otherwise, we're ready in regards to the logistics of the case. I will let the court know that I am been under the weather. My daughter has had a cough and cold for 3 weeks. I have an appointment that I made again this morning for 4 o'clock.
Notice how I'm squinting my eyes.
So what I'm trying to say is that I do not know if she potentially has bronchitis or pneumonia. We've been in and out of the doctors. We're not going to.
So you're asking for a continuance?
I think that while, I mean, I can go, but I would ask for a continuance if you're like gonna, it's not a hard request, but it is, those are the issues that we're dealing with.
Did you file a motion?
I did not file a motion.
Are you gonna have objection to an oral motion for continuance? I love candor.
As far as the witnesses go, I would not be able to rest my case tomorrow for her expert to be able to testify tomorrow.
All right, and so would you have an issue with her expert appearing by Zoom? All right. We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 8868, State of Texas versus Samuel Allen Bach. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway from the state.
Defense?
Jody Sawyers.
And are you Mr. Bach? All right, my understanding from our conversation off the record is that the defense wishes to raise an oral motion for continuance, and state is the court's understanding that you have no objection to the motion being oral.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, defense, it's your motion.
Your Honor, we have an expert witness that is Mr. Jellick, who is not anticipated to testify. He has been subpoenaed for tomorrow. He is not available on the 12th or thereafter. We've confirmed with the state. They do not believe that they will rest in time for us to get to him tomorrow. I've asked to call him out of order. And if that is not possible, then we are asking for a continuance based off of that. In addition to the medical issues that we raised prior, that are personal in nature and have nothing to do with the case.
Okay. And state, you are not going to allow their witness to appear by Zoom, the expert witness, is that correct? All right. Do you have any objections to the defense's oral motion for continuance? You hear me typing away. I have to put everything in Odyssey and also everything on the docket sheet. All right, court will grant the defense's oral motion for continuance. We are going to come back here on December 19th. On December 19th, you all will confer on a jury trial date, and that will be your jury trial date.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you receive the reset form and you sign it, your excuse, make sure that you put your email address on it. All right, thank you.
Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Julian Rodriguez, please. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So we should be honest with first.
All right, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay. I know he's going back. Yeah. I don't know about.
Hey, so.
I know she's something. Sometimes, sometimes. They don't miss it. Like, no good. Go ahead and put it there. I don't think that. But you do. Joe Gutierrez.
All right. Jose Gutierrez. Hi, come forward. Hello. All right, so how are things going?
Judge, Mr. Gutierrez, he was he did actually, since our last hearing, let me start over. Since our last hearing, Mr. Gutierrez has been reporting as needed. No issues with his reporting. He did show up for his top evaluation, which the recommendations from that top evaluations is to alternate him in for intensive outpatient treatment, monthly UAs, and documented sober support meetings. We have not, since the last field visit, had an opportunity to have another field visit, but I think that's coming up here real soon.
Okay,
So we don't have the results of another field visit, but that's where we are right now, Judge.
all right, so outpatient treatment, regular UAs. And we'll start off with 90 sober support meetings in 90 days.
Okay, Judge.
All right, so this is what's going to happen. My understanding that you showed up for all of your appointments, that's good. So they're recommending that you do outpatient treatment, intensive outpatient treatment to address any drug issues.
Where will that be?
Oh, they're going to let you know. All right, and then you need to do your sober support meetings. Those are AANA meetings. That will- It's throughout the city. They'll give you a list of places where you can go to do that. And that'll probably help you meet other people to help you maintain your sobriety, okay? Do you have any questions about what's being asked of you? All right, if you ever need anything, let us know, all right?
Sure.
All right, thank you, and thank you for showing up, dressed appropriately. All right.
So you can send this real quick.
Vashawn, do we need another update for him or no?
No, Judge, let's see.
Okay. I'll call you just a moment. So attorneys, let me remind everybody of the rules. Just ask the clerk to pull your file and I'll call you in the order of appearance. And a jury's going to be up here at 11. So again, if your attorneys have not shown up, you need to pick up the phone and call them. Otherwise, you're going to be back here at 1:30.
We have sent it all in financial emails. We sent all. We just needed to do it.
Yes.
On page 6.
Mhm. Who? All right, if you could have them pull that file for me and place it up here and I'll take care of it. All right, thank you. Thank you.
It's not our trouble. Good morning. I'm here for Sullivan, mine. Take your time, I'm running all over. This is pretty cool. Walk out 6:15.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 3427, State of Texas versus Stephanie Galvan. Can I have parties approach and announce for the record for the state? Defense? And are you Stephanie Galvan?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, why were you late for court?
There's traffic and my niece was driving, so I didn't want to pursue her to rush anymore to traffic.
All right, so here's the thing, you're responsible for being on time, not your niece. And when you're on probation, you need to make sure you report on time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea on October 15th. According to your plea bargain agreement, you pled to count 2. There's $1,000 fine to be probated and the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Have both parties reviewed the PSI report, state? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state? Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Have both parties reviewed the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the TAP evaluation, state?
No
Defense?
objection.
All right, any witnesses, state?
Okay.
Defense, any witnesses?
No, we do have some materials we wanted to provide reports.
All right, any objection to the court reviewing the documents from defense?
These would be character reference letters and proof of enrollment in services, as well as past enrollment in September during the pendency of this case.
Anything else you wish to say on behalf of your client? Anything else you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, we are asking in the event that you are wanting to order some kind of inpatient treatment, that there be an opportunity for her to handle her affairs if that were the case. All things considered, she is a caretaker to her mother, so we are asking that outpatient treatment be considered if that is within the scope of her view.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You can lower your hand. Your counsel tells me that you take care of your mother. Are you paid for that?
I'm sorry.
Are you paid for that?
No, I'm not.
All right, does she receive any payment for any type of in-home care?
She does. It's in between the shifts of the home care providers. I will be there with her. So that way if she's 73 years old, so that way if she needs to use the restroom, or if hungry and her medications are for say if somebody calls in on behalf of the care providers, I will sit there until they find somebody to fit in for her.
And these care providers, are their relatives or no?
No,
All right. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I probably positive for marijuana, but everything else I should not.
Why are you using marijuana and you know you have to come to court?
Because it does help me medically, with my anxiety, with my back pain, multiple, disabilities. Right now I'm trying to get healthcare. I'm trying to be a psychiatrist, which I've been very strongly working with the Center for Healthcare Services and receiving the services. So I do have an appointment in 2 days so that they can now get me on medication.
All right, if you're going to test positive for something other than marijuana, now's the time to tell me, because I'm going to send you for a UA today.
Probably benzos just, for my anxiety.
Are those prescribed?
No, but they are prescribed in the past.
Yeah, but the benzos that you're using, are those prescribed to you?
They have been in the past. It's just extras that I had at home, in a bottle that I save for days that I do have, very bad anxiety.
What else you're going to test positive for?
There should be nothing more.
All right, so here's my issue with her taking care of her mother. If she's taking benzos, she's saying they're leftover. I don't know if they're leftover. I don't know if I believe that, because she told me she would only be positive for marijuana. Now she's going to be positive for something else. My concern is that her mother takes medication, and I don't need anyone taking somebody else's prescribed medication. And she's, from what I read in the police report, in the throes of her addiction. So that's my concern. So I'm not going to allow her to be with her mom unsupervised, period. If you're around your mom and you're unsupervised, that's going to be a problem. You understand?
I do understand.
Now, who is Joe Coronado to you?
Nobody to me. He was an associate of a friend that I knew.
Who is Albert Farias?
That is my cousin. That is a cousin through marriage. The father of my children's cousin.
And do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
18, 19, and 23.
And who do they stay with?
They are in their own homes. They have their own residential.
You said the state provides.
No, state provides for them. They provide for them. They work, they
All
go
right.
to college.
And do you have any grandchildren?
I do.
What are their ages?
1 month and 2 weeks and 10 months old.
And when's the last time you had employment?
Since 2016.
How do you support yourself?
My father and also my ex-husband still provides for me.
All right, I require everyone to be on probation to have employment.
I'm deemed disabled through psychiatrist, unable to work.
Are you
Due to-
receiving SSI?
I am currently going to my hearing on March of 24th, 2025,
So that's a no.
right?
So what is your diagnosis?
Yesterday when I was at the outpatient, they diagnosed me with bipolar and schizophrenia.
All right. I require everyone to have employment.
Yes, ma'am.
So until you have SSI, and I know you're seeking SSI, but you need to support yourself. If your mother is in her 70s, how old is your father?
My dad is 68, 69.
He shouldn't be supporting you.
I understand.
All right. Stating if you have no questions, you're excused.
Thank you.
Court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Make sure they test her for levels. And send her to felony drug court for them to do a UA today. And you're telling me those are the only 2 things that you're going to test positive for? I need to hear words.
Yes, ma'am.
Proof of employment or SSI within 90 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors or the elderly. And for the court, elderly is anyone over the age of 60. And LaShawn, I can say that because I'm almost there. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Oh, thank you. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. They are requesting DDRF. We can evaluate her for DDRF, but I'm going to start with MIC placement. And then if for some reason she's not doing well and DDRF says that she meets the criteria, then we'll see about placing her in DDRF. There's going to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days. There's to be no contact with the following persons. Joe Michael Paranado, Albert Renee Farias, Farias. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'll deduct 100 for parenting. If you ever plan on babysitting your grandchildren, you're not allowed to do that unsupervised until I say so. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation. Is there anything else? All right. And there's $1,000 fine probated. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sure.
We can go off the record. In this court to be successful, communication is key. If for any reason you have an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel that they're not addressing it, you can always come into court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Which one, Don? Oh, I'm sorry, Vashon. On that last case, she also showed me documents where she's been referred to Centers for Healthcare Services. So if you can make sure that that's continued. Mario Rendone. All right, you're on the schedule for jury trial.
Yes, Judge, we discussed, I've been discussing with the state, we were gonna try the serious bodily injury case first. We're ready on that trial. I'm not ready on the shooting case because we'd agreed to try the serious bodily injury case first.
All right, and that's some agreement you all made, but didn't tell the
I
court?
believe we told the court at the last sitting, but I don't recall.
Mm,
I know we.
it's not in my notes. All right, just have a seat.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
For the agreement.
Okay. All right, thank you. Clinton Camacho. All right. Okay, just give me a moment.
All over this, well, that's supposed to, it looks different.
All right. Can you look up Camacho? He's on page 1. Can you tell me if he's on a commercial bond or a PR bond? Have you had any contact with him?
No, Monica Godetto reached out to him and I found a different number that I called today at 9:09 a.m. It's disconnected. I checked with Monica, do you have another number? And she said that number also is disconnected.
All right. And Bashan, on Camacho, did you reach out to Veterans Treatment Court on that from yesterday?
I did not reach out to them this morning, Judge.
Mhm.
But from my understanding, he has not been fully vetted through Veterans Treatment Court. I can have someone come down.
All right, so I don't know if you would like to speak to someone from Veterans Treatment Court to see if they have a different number.
I can come back in 45 minutes.
All right,
Like 5 or 10 minutes.
okay. All right, thank you. Renee Camarillo. Can you come down, please? And which court is his attorney in jury trial in? Marie? 166. Okay. All right, so your attorney is currently in a jury trial. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna recall this. And we're gonna recall it for Thursday, the 19th. So we can get a jury trial date for you. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, so we'll be back on that. And Jason, if you'll make sure on the 19th, you all confer for a jury trial date.
Yes.
right, thank you. All right, thank you.
Oh, so it's- okay. That's what I figured. That makes more sense. Well, let's just see if they'll get him in the charges. Michael DeLeon. Okay, just give me a moment. Thank you. Sure. Armando Garcia.
Present, Your Honor.
All right, he's scheduled for trial today. He's in custody, so he's being brought over dressed.
I gave the wrong name. Rapael Garcia.
Ah,
I'm here on Rapael Garcia.
oh, also on Armando,
Oh, Armando, which
Yes.
is a,
jury trial. They're bringing him out.
regardless judge.
Mhm.
They're on Armando and Rapael.
All right, once they pull the files, we'll take it up.
Good judge.
All right, thank you. Mariano Rendone. Oh, I'm sorry, I already called you, counsel. All right, no problem. Joseph Grosso?
Good morning, Your Honor. May I approach?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is set for trial on your docket Monday.
Mhm.
Mr. Grosso is still incompetent to stand trial.
Okay.
I've conferred with Jason this morning, Judge. He just did a reevaluation about 10 days ago, so we're waiting those results. He's compliant with pretrial services, picking out with me and everybody else, so we just have to, since he's incompetent, we need to pass.
All right. Then let's set this. When is spring break in March?
Twice.
Yes.
It's the week before the 17th, I know that.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's the correct. it's
All
the-
right, so let's set this then for. Can you put it down for March 24th? March 24th. I don't think that's a holiday.
No, Judge, then that's past spring breaks for me.
Okay, so we'll recall March 24th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
CR 8646. Grosso GROSSO. Joseph. GROSSO.
Good morning. Have a good one. Raul Guzman Velasquez.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
We're here on aggravated kidnapping.
Yes, for jury trial.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I filed a motion for continuance. I just been informed and I just found out that there is another aggravated kidnapping case. A new one, and I have the new indictment here. A separate incident, but it's supposedly a common pattern or conduct or what have you.
Well, here's the thing. Were you given notice of that today?
Yes.
All right, so state is not going to be able to use that other aggravated kidnapping in the trial today. Problem solved. Y'all are up for jury trial.
Motion for continuance, is that gonna be the night?
Yes.
Okay, the other case, Judge, was reset for May 25. The
No, this is
companion-
this is set today.
No, I mean, I know, and I understand.
Mhm.
The other case, the companion case,
For your
Or-
client.
for a co-defendant,
Mhm.
was reset until May 20.
All right, so this is set today.
All right.
All right, thank you.
See you, Judge.
You too. For which one? No.
Wow.
You know, I was thinking, I know, I just saw that. I'm sorry. I'm here. Yes. But I also have, I texted you and Gabby because I have contested MTRs in both, but let me see what's going on here first. Yeah. Do you have Sherry?
Armando Garcia, Rapael Garcia. Well, and Armando might be in front of him. Oh, that's what we might do.
Well, Garcia,
Present, Your Honor.
hi.
Come on, Judge.
All right, he's scheduled for jury trial.
He is, Your Honor. I wanted to inform the court, Judge O'Connell in the 175th has informed me I'm picking a jury at 10:30. He wants me back there.
We will let him know that you're picking a jury here and that you
And-
can't pick there.
Order me back over there, Judge, so.
All right, so I'm gonna have you stay here and not leave
Okay.
because your clients are in custody
Mhm.
and that needs to be taken care of. So we'll clear that with Judge O'Connell.
Okay.
And he's in the 175th.
He's in the 175th, sitting in there.
All right, if you'll let Judge O'Connell know that this is specially set. Thank you.
Okay, is this with Joel? Because I have another client here, Armando Garcia, who's.
No, it is Armando Garcia.
He's not dressed, Judge.
They're bringing him overdressed.
And yet he is in the box right now, not dressed.
Oh. If you will,
I told them downstairs, they're gonna bring them after.
all right, if you could, so where is Mr. Joel Garcia?
He's here.
Oh, hi, and Armando Garcia?
Armando's over here.
All right, so if you could tell them that, no, we need him dressed before 12.
I'll let them know.
All right, so they'll have him back here, they're gonna have him here back by 11.
All right, Judge.
All right, And they're sending a note to Judge O'Connell.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
sounds good. Thank you. For Mr. Garcia Joel
He's set for trial as well.
as well.
Yes,
Okay, we're just gonna wait then.
yes.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Hanson?
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
I spoke with Mr. Camacho. I do have a valid number for him. It was off the record. I couldn't get an answer whether he would be here today. I told him the deadline, we have to be here, get here as soon as possible. And the conversation dragged out longer than I expected, unfortunately, but I would like to give him some time to.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, so what I can tell you is I reset this case and reset this case for him to appear. And I've taken in consideration the other issues. So he's gonna have to be here today. And he's gonna need to be here today no later than 11:30.
I'll send him a text message, right?
All right.
Your Honor, if I may, I
Yes.
do know, I was speaking with the attorney as well, the same issues he's going through, we've been working through as well. So I know you did give us some considerations, but he's not. We're been reaching out every other week. He's not turning in things that he needs to, so it's kind of, we're stalled out at the moment. But we'll be back here for whatever you need.
All right, if you all can come back at 11:30, let's see if he shows. If he doesn't, a warrant's gonna be issued. And then he'll be at the Bear County Jail.
And
Thank you. Abby.
I just sent him a text message.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. It appears that other courts think the 187th is low person on the totem pole. It's like this case has been set. Sometimes people think your kindness is a sign of weakness. And I'm just like. Mhm.
The next one. Across. That's all. That's all.
Working hard. I'm Gerald Gonzalez. What's the number? It's what I'm saying. It's giving me your personal. So in her case, you see, she doesn't know the process because it's. Yeah. Go to the state reporting. And there's a way. So it's there. It's sort of six. And that's. Because they were right? But they have yeah. Zero, zero, 8, 8, 16. Oh, yes. Okay. Perfect. Uh-huh. 0, 0, 8, 8, 16.
Which one?
Oh.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yes.
Very good. Nothing special.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I think it's all gold. I'm not crazy, sort of. I was wrong, but I was right.
It's one of these. Oh, this is just the MTR, but you can have it if you want. May we approach on Mari and Sullivan? And we have an update for the court judge.
Hi.
Well, the MTR was set today, but we'll give a status update to the court. Because there's 3 new ones that are kind of jamming up the works right now. As it happens.
For Julian Rodriguez.
All right, Amarian Sullivan. All right, so the allegations in the motion to revoke are all number ones, and there are 3. Where are we on discovery with regards to those, and are you appointed to those?
I am appointed judge. This is kind of a weird one. I got appointed, I guess, when they issued the warrant about 4 or 5 months ago, but discovery just started pouring in within the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
And I suspect there's more forthcoming. I'm doing my own investigation as well. Trying to get surveillance video. I think that's probably on purge by now, but long story short, we're still working through the robberies.
Okay. And do you have any idea when indictment, if?
We have 2 on, I didn't want to speak for you, but y'all have 2 months left basically before the 90 days hit.
I've read the official report, Judge. I mean, seems to be cut and dry, so
Okay.
I don't see that there's a lot more evidence that needs to be collected or investigated, so I think that the take to be indicted within the next month or so.
All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back on January 9th. And then after that date, we'll get a contested hearing date.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll keep working in the meantime and see what we can figure out, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right. On this case, it's being recalled for January 9th.
Yeah, that's the same day he set for pre-indictment for 2.
Oh.
Worked out well.
Okay,
Yeah, all right.
all right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Talking again, Jill, okay. Maybe excuse, Judge.
Yes,
Have a good one.
thank you, you too. Vashon? Amarion Sullivan is being recalled for January 9th. For discovery, and then they're gonna be given a contested hearing date
Sherry?
on that day.
Okay. January 9th.
Yes.
You know. Yeah.
What is this case for? Macias Daniel, without the attorney? Okay,
It's a probationary judge.
all right.
Mr. Macias is looking to possibly get a reinstatement of his occupational license. We did confirm with Ms. Gay, and we have a plan. We just wanted to kind of go over with you, Judge.
All right, so why does his license need to be reinstated? Was there an
It's
issue?
Occupational license, Judge, he let the timeframe lapse.
Ah,
So now he needs something from a judge telling him to get his occupational license so that DPS can go ahead and do everything with all of the documents that he previously had.
okay.
So my question is, can we amend his conditions for an occupational license? I think that would work with speaking with counsel, who is not his assigned counsel, but she did speak with him and all of the previous documentation that he has.
I mean, he can apply for the occupational license. He'll have to redo everything legally. And then he'll have to bring it. Oh, thank you. It's listed here.
Right, so that's the old judge, that's the old supplemental report.
Okay. Okay. Oh, let me write the date in here. There you are. You're welcome. Having a hard time reading my writing?
Okay. Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, so. No.
I made it quit harassing you. I'm kind of important. Can you put my file up there on Christian? Yeah, we're on a discovery site. Covering every other case I got and all my county court settings, so I don't have to go. I I hate going to county court. In my younger days, I never wanted to go to district court. Now I don't want to go to, I'd rather try a sex assault than go to county court. You know, just dealing with the possibilities. So, like, seeing many in the world. Your Honor. Yeah.
Thank you. Bashan, what page is Daniel Macias on? Thank you. Julian Rodriguez or Julian Rodriguez? All right, everyone, don't talk behind the court reporter when we're on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 010023D, State versus Julian Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record? State, defense, and are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
You're going to need to keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear. Counsel, did you receive all of the discovery and review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
in my opinion, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge, that is correct.
Mr. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 PF 06020. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. All right. And do you have the dismissal for me?
Your Honor, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses, the state would call and the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes,
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Your Honor, I wanted to speak with the court about that. We're not requesting a PSI, but obviously I believe the court's gonna request a TAP evaluation.
Mhm.
We're okay with proceeding with sentencing, Judge, if the TAP can go ahead and go through. In advance of that, my client just wishes to be heard on the issue of the TAP evaluation in and out of custody. But I suppose we can cross that bridge when we get there. No objection to proceeding with sentencing.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
My son is 7 years old.
And are you in his life?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Is Child Protective Services in your life?
No, ma'am.
So who does your 7-year-old live with?
He lives with the mother of my child,
Okay.
his mama.
So how often have you been using?
Well, I've been using since I was with this. I've been using this drug for about since I was like 21.
And how old are you now?
18 maybe around that age.
And how old are you now?
I'm 29.
All right. Do you have any family in San Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
Mom, dad, support system?
Yes, ma'am. I have a mom and brothers who don't use.
All right. How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
Why did you start using?
I started using there was the one of the reasons was because I had gotten off my medication and during that duration I was I was trying to get my life back together, but it was going down spiral. And during the midst of that, I ended up using drugs, and I found that drug in particular to be somewhat helpful.
All right, what's your diagnosis?
I suffer from schizophrenia, ADHD, insomnia, and anxiety, severe paranoia.
All right.
Severe anxiety.
And why were you at a motel as opposed to being with one of your family members or living with them?
That was really I was really waiting on an opportunity for this girl to come through. She was supposedly gonna come through, and during that time frame for me waiting, that the situation occurred to where some guy was like, hey, you could stay in my room with me for a little bit because I've seen you waiting out here for a little while.
Just a random guy.
Yeah, random guy, just a random guy. And really, it was like to the point to where I really didn't know him, and it was like he was kind of like I didn't want to be like, nah, I'm good. And one thing led to another.
All right, this is what this court is going to do. Take in consideration 2024 PF 06020, 4 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be no contact with Andres Tamayo, Christy Brown, Sandra Torres. Just one moment. And no contact with the Budget Inn Motel. At 2717 Roosevelt. We're going to do a MIC evaluation and TAP evaluation in custody. Follow recommendations. Referral to felony drug court in custody. Proof of employment or SSI within 45 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular random UAs. Field visits one time per month for 8 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. When's the last time you had any type of employment?
I had employment prior to my arrest. I was working at I was doing like carpentry.
Mhm.
It was a job that I received from a family friend. And
Alright.
that job opportunity is still available, Your Honor, if the opportunity was. I just wanted to ask you a question. There are some things that I was able to learn upon going to lifetime recovery.
Mhm.
There was some tools and counseling was really something that I was subjected to because it allowed me to become like basically it allowed me to become to get more in tune with myself in a manner. So and understand myself. So one of the things that I've learned that being able to utilize my resources is important to me. Being able to utilize jail job opportunities is important in order for me to continue building a sound foundation.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor, and I think where he's going with that is we just wanted to respectfully ask if the evaluations could be done out of custody. He was in lifetime recovery and successfully completed that. So he is a good jumping off points, and he stated that upon release, he could live at a sober living house with other people that are seeking sobriety to be in a positive environment. So he just wanted to, and myself on his behalf, ask the court respectfully if the evaluations can be done possibly out of custody, knowing that if he does not attend those, that a warrant would readily go out for him.
All right. I understand the request. I've internalized your request, but that is going to be denied. So you will do the evaluations in custody. And the reason why it's going to be in custody, I'm trying to make sure that you're on a good start. Everyone always thinks that they're going to be doing great. But then the minute they get into the real world, they forget about being at the jail and forget about the promises they made. So that's going to be in custody.
Okay.
And I'm going to order parenting classes. And if you complete your parenting classes, which I'm ordering, 100 hours of community service restitution will be waived. Another 100 will be waived if he completes, get a certificate in trade school. Field visits one time per month for 8 months and no unsupervised contact with minors. And CPS compliance if applicable. Probation, is there anything else? Yes. Is there anything else that you need?
As of now, I think that sounds pretty good to me because considering it is allowing me to build a foundation on being out there in the free.
All right. All right. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Just 1 second, excuse me. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. To be successful in this court, communication is key. If there is an issue that you're having and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And what page is he on? All right, thank you. Christian Chavez?
We are ready, Judge. We're here on discovery.
Yes.
Christian?
All right, where are we on discovery?
Last time we have tendered additional surveillance videos to Mr. Mallard. It seems that the code footage from the offense has not transported over, and so I've already reached out to the detective today. I'm awaiting his response so that we can tender that to Mr. Mallard.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. And I want everyone to hear me clearly with regards to this discovery. I am calling this back. And I'm gonna call this back in January. And if you don't have this discovery by this time, then the officer is gonna need to be here on this date that I give you.
Yes, Judge.
And we'll go through the entire prosecution guide with regards to discovery. So I can give you all the date of the 27th, the 28th, or the 30th.
We do the 30th, Judge.
All right, so we're coming back on discovery on January 30th. And if the discovery, the officer is not reaching out to you, you haven't heard an answer, or you don't have discovery for the defense attorney, then that officer needs to be here on January 30th.
Thank you.
All
Judge.
right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
The others are paying on it.
What? Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Is there, case history agreement, no, I they call it recall. That's part of it. Okay. Let me make sure that Ray has gotten a chance to review it though. Yeah.
Henson? Good morning. Right, and this was a plea on one case or two?
On the interior or the new number one, I believe. The night judge did there was a referral for felony drug court that they denied him, he was disqualified.
Okay.
And then we did the Tacoma evaluation prior to this study was completed.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009236W and 2022 CR 5859 State versus Thomas Nathaniel Henson. Can I have parties announced for the record? State? Defense?
Attorney Albert Osvaldo for Mr. Henson, are ready, Your Honor.
All right. So we're proceeding first with regards to the evading arrest detention with the vehicle.
Sure.
And you're Mr. Thomas Nathaniel Henson?
Sure.
All right, so have both parties reviewed the DDRF MIC evaluation and the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Any objections, state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections, defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, according to this plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending probation in this case. And you and I had a discussion about life at the jail and at the prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so probation, what are you recommending for Mr. Henson?
Judge, as the
And mental health evaluation states, we are recommending DDRF. We are recommending DDRF followed by aftercare. The mixed supervision after his release, regular monthly UAs, and sober support meetings.
So DDRF, MIC, and aftercare?
Yes, Judge.
All right, how old are you? All right, so I am telling you this and I want you to hear me clearly. They don't have the Scared Straight program anymore. When I was growing up, there was always an after-school special. And I remember a Scared Straight program, and one of the guys who was the actor in it was one of the guys from The White Shadow. And so they lined up all of these young boys. They're supposed to be in high school, but back in the day, people are supposed to be playing as high schoolers, and they look like their 20s in their 30s. But they sent them to prison for Scared Straight. And so when they get to the prison, what ends up happening is all the inmates there are trying to scare them straight, saying, this is what happens to you at the prison, right? And the inmate said, do not come back here. Get your life in order. Because if you come back in here, we not friends, and you're just going to be some other inmate, and whatever happens at the prison happens at the prison. And you know what ended up happening in that after school special? They had, I think, about 6 students to go, right? So one guy doesn't listen. He comes back. And he comes there and he sees the prisoners who are trying to scare him straight. And he's like, hey. And they're like, don't know you. That's prison life. And it'll be nice if you go to prison and people just let you do your time. You don't have to watch your back and nobody's trying to sell you for any products. That would be just great. But in the real world, that's not the way the prison works. That's not the way the jail works. Because sometimes you're at the prison and you know who's at the prison? People who committed murder, people who committed aggravated assault, people who committed sexual assaults. Everybody is at the prison. You understand? And they are not going to be your friends. There's not going to be somebody who's going to look out for you and say, you know what? I'm protecting him. If they do, 9 times out of 10, they're going to want something from you. So I'm going to grant your application, but you had better start taking this seriously, because even though you're young and I consider you a child because of your age, the legal system does not consider you a child. There's always room at the Bexar County Jail. There's always room at the prison because it's for profit. You never hear them saying, oh, the prison's overcrowded. What are we going to do about this? And you know why you don't hear people going to Congress and saying, let's make these prisons better. Let's paint them. This floor is dirty. Let's make sure that's clean. You know why? Because it's not sexy. Nobody cares about it. And when I was a defense attorney, you know what people would say? That's what they deserve. Why are you trying to make it nice for them at the prison? Why do they have to lift weight at the prison? Why do they need a library at the prison? It's supposed to be all about suffering. That's the way people feel. Do I feel that way? No. I wish people could go to prison, do their time, learn something. Maybe like something out of Superman 2, where they put you in the glass and you just float around and learn. But that's not the way it is. So you're going to have to change. And if you don't change and a motion to revoke is filed, you're looking at going to prison. And no amount of your baby face and I'm young and all shucks is going to end up saving you. You understand? And stop with all the tattoos on your face. All right. So in cause number 2024 CR 009236W, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to grant your application. And the court, all right, the box is checked for recommendation of community supervision, but there's no requested punishment. The paperwork is incorrect. So are you all in agreement to deferred adjudication?
Yes.
All right, so if you all want to check that you all agree to deferred adjudication. All right, so in that cause number, I'm going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. This is run concurrent with 2022 CR 5859. Taking consideration 2024 PF 06107, 2024 PF 06357. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, DDRF, mixed supervision, and followed by aftercare. And there's going to be 90 sober support meetings in 90 days upon release. There's to be no contact with Susie Castaneda. Do you have any children?
No.
That is great. There's to be the defensive driving course, and I say that because you're not ready. You got to work on yourself, and then maybe in the future, you'll be ready to be someone's father. You understand? So until you finish working on yourself, don't go out, try to have children, everything, just 100% concentrated on maintaining your sobriety and getting mental health issues under control, okay? Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
7th or 8th grade.
All right. I'll weigh 100 hours as he obtains his GED, and another 100 hours if you obtain a certificate from trade school. I consider improving yourself a part of community service to the public, okay? Probation, is there anything else? No. What I'm going to do is I'm putting the GED out there. If you don't obtain your GED, which you should, if you don't obtain that, then you're probably going to end up, they're going to have you out there picking up trash along the freeway, which 1 is dangerous and 2 is dirty. So this way you can improve yourself, you understand? And if you have issues with passing your GED, just let probation know and we'll work with you, all right? Probation, anything else?
That's all on that page.
All right. And then, of course, proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yeah.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And cause number 2022 CR 5859. The defendant previously pled true. The court found it true. Court will deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include DDRF, 90 sober meetings in 90 days, place him on the MIC caseload, and aftercare. And this will run concurrent with 2024 CR 009236W. Is there anything else on that case, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I want you to succeed. Obviously, the state wants you to succeed. That's why they wanted you to be continued. What you do with this chance is completely up to you. You understand? So this is your shot. All right, don't blow it. All right, good luck to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Thank you. Baldemaro Joseph Chapa. All right, where are we on this case? Last time we were here, there's some issue with discovery, a thumb drive.
Oh, there was. That has been worked out, Your Honor. For whatever reason in TechShare, what was available to me through my system was on a different JN number.
Okay.
I provided a thumb drive and Ms. Jones did provide all the discovery that is available. We did have one other hanging chad, which was some CPS records that are referred to in the police report. The DA's office got out a subpoena to them and have received back an affidavit indicating that they are no longer available. So those records are no longer there. So at this time, it does seem as though the state has provided all the discovery that they have.
All right, state, were you able to tender an offer? All right, so your plea deadline date is going to be January 9th. All right, on that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, your next setting will be jury trial. All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. What page is he on?
Judge.
All right, thank you. All right. Arturo Martinez. All right, how's it going? All right, today is plea deadline date.
We reset this, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago in order to get in touch with the complainant. There was talk of a potential dismissal of restitution is paid. They're having a difficult time getting in touch with the complainant, so I'm going to try as well. Do like a 2-week reset.
All right, this is coming back on January 6th. That will be the last date for your plea deadline date. After that, it will be going to trial.
Okay.
Probably on January 6th. All right.
It's reset for trial on January 6th.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. January 6th.
For trial?
Yes. Let me find the page he is on. Thanks. I don't know why I can't see this thing.
At 48 hours. Tell them I appreciate it.
Just 1 second.
I'm set for plea deadline, Mr.
I have Rapael Garcia. I have Quentin Camacho. And I have Armando Garcia. All right, thank you. Rapael Garcia.
Put me in jail.
All right, just a second. I don't see your attorney. Just have a seat.
So Anthony Cochran, we're ready to report. Okay, thank you. So that she can get her jury.
Sandra Galvan or Galvan. Good morning. How are you doing?
Bad, that's on before the bench.
Oh.
I think I've got some of his kitchen and I'm gonna spread around the court.
Well, let's not do that.
My client, we should play bargain. We're gonna be called later on this week, perhaps on Friday.
All right, what I can do is I can bring this back on Thursday.
Thursday's fine, Judge.
All right, so we'll bring you back on Thursday, the 12th.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge. Appreciate it.
She needs a reset form.
Good to get it right
This is Sandra Galvan. All right, thank you. It'll be December 12th for plea.
Help this morning. Sure.
And I'm sorry, what page did you say? Thank you. Luis Beltron. Yes.
On this particular case, it seems like there is a sealed pending, right?
We didn't know about it before.
Love when things are sealed.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
mean, if it's sealed and nobody knew about it, then I'm telling you, it's like Fort Knox or something, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't know if it's particularly sealed. I think it was just unsealed because that's Laura Metzel had it. And I haven't had it.
That's how you keep a secret. You know, you seal it, nobody discusses it, and then all of a sudden it just appears.
So.
Yeah.
So, Your Honor, I think,
So you're not ready for trial.
no, I think it's in the client's best interest that I investigated this new case. And speak to the client about it prior to proceeding in his trial in this case.
All right. On this case, recall it for January the 27th, 28th, or 30th. Which date?
Oh, we'll just set it on my birthday, January 30th.
Oh, wow. So I'm going to remember that. All right, January 30th. And it will be for discovery. All right, thank you.
Ezekiel Neely.
Anthony Cochran. Good morning. How are the newlyweds?
Good, they're good.
So are they back?
Oh, yeah, they're having a good time.
Oh, that is awesome. I hope they enjoyed their tour of the world.
Their long honeymoon, they did.
Yeah.
Very much.
Oh, that's good. All right, so today is plea deadline date.
Yes, we're gonna need a trial setting.
Okay.
My only request is, he has two cases that are two distinct offense dates, two separate offenses, and I just like the state to elect which one we're going on first so that I'm not getting ready on. Because obviously if there's a trial and a conviction on one, we may or may not have a trial on the second one, so they've got more resources than me. I don't want to have to get ready on two cases.
Oh, but do they really have more resources?
Oh, yes, they do, Judge.
I don't know.
I believe their boss is in front of Commissioners Court asking for more money this morning. They got more resources.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna bring you all back. I can bring you back on January 6th, 7th, or 9th for your jury trial date.
The 6th is, you know what, let's do the 9th. That gives the weekend to get ready.
Want to know, that's the date for me to give you all a jury trial.
Oh, I
date.
got you.
And state on that date, you may need to let the defense know which case you want to proceed on first.
Let's do the 6th then, Judge. I know my calendar's clear that day.
All right, so we're gonna come back on January 6th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Doug has been, there's a retired attorney named Robert Douglas Campbell in the Dallas area that's been getting these notices. So I don't trust this system. I try to put it in my calendar before I leave court. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Rested by then. Haven't signed it.
Ezekiel Neely. Good morning. All right. And is this for, oh, this is the restitution, correct?
It's a restitution hearing, Judge, yes.
Okay. All right, who is Gabriel from Gabriel's phone?
That should be him, Judge. That's The restitution.
No, I mean, is this the complainant? Who is this?
Yes.
All right, sir, you need to find a location and have a seat. And you need to remove the shades. Court is calling 2024 CR 3316, State of Texas versus Ezekiel Neely. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Good morning, Judge Alfonso Cabañas for Ezekiel Neely.
And are you Mr. Neely? You need to speak up so she can hear. Are you Ezekiel Neely? All right, we're here on a restitution hearing. So the last time we were here, my understanding is that the insurance company paid $7,800.
Yes, Your Honor, on another person involved in the case. It was fully reimbursed by his insurance company.
All right, and so the complainant in this case, who is this?
It appears that Gabriel Cervantes, Your Honor, is another person involved in the original offense who claims that his car needs repairs.
Okay. All right, and before we start with his testimony, state, do you have any documentation for the court with regards to his repairs?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Does anyone want to call him as a witness? All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Mr. Cervantes, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gabriel Guadiana Cervantes.
State, you may proceed.
Cervantes, what type of vehicle did you own or operate?
It was the 2012 Dodge Challenger.
And was it damaged?
Yes.
On what date was it damaged?
On the day of the incident. I'm not too sure of the specific date. It was in November 3rd.
And what happened on that date?
I was coming to a stop off 1604 and 281 when I got rear-ended by a Kia Soul. And the suspects, they fled the scene. I had to wait till the cops got there and everything.
What did you do after that?
I mean, my car was drivable, but I took it straight to the body shop so I could get an estimate and repair it.
Which body shop did you take it to, if you remember?
I'm sorry?
Which body shop did you take it to, if you remember?
It's not known. It's more of a little a little business. But I had sent in the estimate, the estimate for the repairs and everything.
And according to that estimate, how much would the repairs cost?
It was $7,830.
Did you have those repairs completed?
Yes.
Did you pay out of pocket for those repairs?
Yes, I did.
You were not compensated by insurance, correct?
No, it was not.
Why?
I only had liability and the root insurance from the stolen vehicle. The Kia Soul was telling me that they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing about it. So I had to pay out of pocket. I'm sorry?
Couldn't or wouldn't?
That they couldn't. They couldn't do nothing because the vehicle was stolen.
Understood. Pass the witness.
Any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cervantes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cervantes, regarding your 2012 Dodge Challenger, when you claimed to have been rear-ended, this was back in 2023, correct?
Yes, sir. Last year, November of last year.
Okay, so by that time, your car was close to 9-10 years old, correct?
Yeah, I would say so.
It wasn't brand new, it had gone through wear and tear, correct?
Yes.
So it wasn't in mint condition, right?
I wouldn't say mint condition, but it was a sports car and it was in really good condition. I mean,
Okay. Now, the incident, you talked about getting rear-ended, is that right?
yes, by the stolen vehicle.
Okay. And you don't know the name of the mechanic shop you took this car to, correct?
Hold on, I could pull it up. ABR Motors.
ABR Motors? Okay.
Yes.
Well, you just told us or told the court that it's not known, it's a little mechanic shop, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so you don't know the name of the mechanic that performed any of the work, correct?
Abraham Roveldo.
Okay. Do you know exactly what kind of repair he did?
Body, he had to do some body, pull out the the hit from the back, body repair, and then uh rear bumper, trunk, front bumper, front hood, plus paint.
Okay. Are you just stating things that you remember, or are you looking at an actual document with a detailed invoice of what the repairs he did?
Yes, I'm looking at the actual invoice.
Okay. Did you send that to the prosecutor's office?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Regarding the estimate, is that an estimate or is that how much you paid to get those things repaired?
That was how much I paid. The car has been repaired.
Okay. Did you give proof to the prosecutor's office that you actually paid that amount you're asking the court to grant you?
Yes, I did.
What did you send the prosecutor's office to confirm that?
I had sent it to Ernest Acevedo. That's who got all the information I sent in.
Okay, but did you send them out, for example, did you send a check that you paid them with to show that you paid that amount?
I had to pay cash.
Okay, do you have a bank receipt where you're withdrawing $7,800 from your bank?
I mean, it was in payments. I didn't pay it all at front, and I wouldn't have the receipts anymore. No, I just got the invoice.
Do you have bank statements that show that over the course of however many months you're claiming to have paid it, you had enough money there to complete the $7,800?
Can you repeat that?
Yes. Do you have bank statements that show that over the course of the months you claim to have paid this, bank statements that show that you did in fact have enough money to cover the $7,800?
Yes, I guess so. Yeah.
You guess or no?
Yes.
Did you give this to the prosecutor?
No, not those.
Okay. Did you give him anything at all?
Just the invoice of the total.
Do you have copy or you have photos of the car with before and after the repairs?
No, I don't.
Okay. And then I'm guessing right now that you're not driving your car, correct?
Oh, I already sold it. This happened last year. I sold it like in the beginning of the year.
How much did you sell it for?
I sold it for 10,000.
10,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was more than enough to cover whatever repairs you're claiming to have made, correct?
I repaired the car first, paid the 7,830, and then I sold the car for the 10,000.
No further questions, Judge.
Any questions?
No.
Yes.
Sir, do you recognize this document if you can see it?
Yes,
What is it?
that is the invoice.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Mr. Guadiana, on this estimate that the state just showed you,
Mm-hmm.
it has the amount of $5,300.
That's
Right?
parts. That's parts, and then the labor. and then you
Right.
add it up, and it comes out to the 7,000.
But it doesn't show that it was paid in full. It's just a quote. It doesn't say that this invoice was paid in full, right?
Yes, sir. I got this invoice not too long ago. I mean, the crash was a year ago in November.
No,
I put the car in the body shop, and then I got the car out this year, like in January of this year. And then y'all didn't contact me until November of this year, this past November. So that, I mean, that's when I was able to get my hands on the invoice, because I thought I wasn't gonna get nothing, I thought it was done, done for until y'all. Yeah.
We get that. It was an accident. We understand. But what I'm saying, I'm not trying to trick you, Mr. William. I'm just letting you know that on this receipt that you submitted, you may not see it very clearly. It does
Yes, I
not
see it.
state, it does not state that this amount was paid in full. It just has two numbers circled, but it doesn't state that it was paid in full, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you told the court a couple of seconds ago, you have not submitted any proof to the prosecutor that you have in fact paid this amount in full, correct?
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, any other questions?
No.
All right. So it appears that we are still where we are before. Number one, I don't have any proof that anything has been paid. I have an estimate that you all have questioned this witness about. It hasn't been introduced into evidence as the estimate. So the court doesn't have an estimate. The court has nothing to make a determination on whether or not he's owed $7,800 for restitution or owed anything for restitution. So do I need to be the person to call his bank, to file a subpoena, to get his bank records to see the installments that he paid to, whatever repair shop that he's saying he paid the money to? And Mr. I'm sorry, Cervantes?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Here's the thing. If the defendant caused an accident, which it appears he did, and if there is an accident to your vehicle, this is what the court needs to make sure that you're entitled to the amount that you're saying. So I'm going to tell you this. If you paid or withdrew money from your bank account to pay this person, depending on the bank you have, even if it's 3 years ago, they should be able to pull your record, and you walk into the bank and ask them to pull your record, right? And it will show withdrawals. And those total amount of withdrawals should total to what you're saying you paid this person to repair the vehicle. Then the person who repaired the vehicle, if you will go there and maybe they have receipts that they've given you. If you can tell them, hey, please give me these receipts. I need it so I can get a refund or be made whole from the accident. That's what the court needs.
Okay.
Because I mean, and we can go off the record, because here's the thing. Anybody can come in and say, you know what? I know my car, but the Kelly Blue Book value is only, or Carfax is only $5,000, but I spent $30,000 to repair it. And you see how it would be wrong for me to just accept the person's word that is 30,000. So that's what I need. So are you able to go? Yes. Are you able to get that to the court? And let me just tell you, I will give you time to do that. Unless you all want to get together and agree on an amount and call Mr. Cervantes and see if he's agreement to the amount that you all want to agree on, because it's clear to the court that he owes him something. I just don't know the amount. So if you all want to confer with Mr. Cervantes, the attorneys, and come to an agreement on an amount for restitution, or either he can give me that information. So do you have Mr. Cervantes' number?
Yes.
All right. So if y'all will go and discuss with Mr. Cervantes, maybe y'all can come to an agreement on the amount. And I understand, Mr. Cervantes, when you only have liability, it really doesn't cover everything necessarily. So if you all can do that, they're going to call you right now, Mr. Cervantes, And
Okay.
let me just tell you, I'm not forcing you to agree with whatever they think would be just for you. If you
Mhm.
think that's not the payment you should be receiving, just give me that information and I will hear it, okay?
Okay. Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
So do you understand everything that I'm requesting?
Yes.
All right, so you can sign off for now. The prosecutor is going to call you and he's going to speak with the defense attorney and see if you all can come up with the restitution amount.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Armando Garcia. Camacho Clinton.
He just walked outside.
Oh, so he's here? All right, thank you. All right, and could you call Michael DeLeon? Thank you. Jeremiah Simmons. Hello.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, today is plea deadline date.
We have referred, but he is rejecting the offer.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to bring you back. I'm going to bring you back on January 6th for a jury trial setting.
Your Honor, is it possible to do something either the second or third week of, the third or the fourth week of January?
All right, I'll bring you back on January 21st.
Thank you.
All right, on January 21st, what will end up happening is I'm going to expect an acknowledgement of discovery to be completed. And on that date, you're going to be given your jury trial date. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plea open to the court. You understand? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Ready to approach on Camacho if you're ready.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me put this in the system. Okay, just, I found it. Shocking. All right, Camacho. Good morning. Hello. Hi. Is there a reason you're not making your appointments?
I've been looking for housing and I'm still homeless, so I've just been trying to get that situated. I just got it situated. I'm in the process of getting an apartment. And it's just, I haven't been able to because I have evictions on my record. So it just passed, like they literally just passed. So
Did you tell VTC that?
No, ma'am, but we did some due diligence.
Sure.
Due diligence research. We know he's working with the VA
Mhm.
program to get housing. I was gonna confirm with a couple different
addresses on
Mhm.
them. One of them being at 900 North Main, and 4,000 Horizon Hill. The North Main address, Your Honor, is a hotel that the GI Forum has contracted out for individual housing.
Mhm.
So we were hoping that he was there. Like we kind of talked about earlier, it's been hit or miss. He's been working a lot with our case manager. Communication's just been very sporadic.
You gotta pick up the phone and call somebody. Otherwise, what's gonna end up happening, a warrant is gonna be issued for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I understand that you're a veteran. I understand that there are other issues going on, but I just can't have you out and about and nobody knows where you are. So people can't help you if you don't reach out to get the help. You understand? So, yes.
Real brief, but he did make an effort to try to get the proper documents that BTC needed. We did discuss with him that the document was not sufficient for him to go back to VA and get an unredacted copy of a document. But they gave him instructions on to do that, but he did go to the VA to try to retrieve these documents. He was taking these steps. And I think that the phone number he has is not gonna, hopefully won't get disconnected. It's a good number.
Yes.
All right, so I'm telling you, this is what the court is gonna do. And you're gonna get a reset form. I'm recalling this case for January 21st. And if you have missed appointments with the VA, if you don't show up for court, I'm not gonna do this thing where I have your attorney try to find you because you didn't show up yesterday either. You didn't show up last week for court. So this is the last time that I'm gonna do that. Do you understand?
I didn't know that I had court yesterday. Nobody reached out to tell me that I had court, so.
The reason why you may not have known you had court yesterday is because you were supposed to have court the previous week and you didn't show. There have been 3 days where you have missed showing up for court. And I keep moving it to a different date because I'm being understanding about the fact that you're a veteran, about the fact that there are other issues going on. But what I'm telling you is your court date is January 21st. You're gonna get a reset form. If you don't show up for that date, I am not gonna do this thing where I send your attorney out to try to find you. You understand?
Yes.
All right. He's coming back on January 21st. And will you be able to give me an update by then?
Your Honor, I can give you an update by Friday. We're gonna speak with them. I'm giving him a deadline that he needs to get us that form. We're
Okay.
gonna print out a new corrections form. He can get it to us by Friday. We'll be able to set him up and get him ready.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Your Honor.
All right. Ricardo Garcia. Matthew Rendone. Camillus Galvan.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Oh, no, I call it files in order of appearance. I haven't received his file, so you're fine. Yes.
Apologies, Your Honor.
All right, who's this in behind?
That's my second client, Your Honor, who was called right after Mr. Rendon. They're unrelated, other than that.
Oh, just have a seat. Okay. All right, who is this?
This is Matthew Rendon, Your Honor.
Okay.
If I may,
Yes.
this case has a companion case set today as well. Mr. Bloomquist is on the senior case. And our understanding after conferring with state is that the senior case is to go first. I understand that you're gonna do whatever you
Yes.
order. But otherwise, we're ready, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
And I understand that the court sets the order.
Okay. Oh, no. No. It's fine. All right. See you back at 1:30.
Understood.
All right, Camillus Galvan. All right, and he's scheduled for jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, 1:30.
Understood.
Thank you.
We come back. May I get to right now?
Yes. Who do you have?
Ricardo Garcia.
All right, Ricardo Garcia. Yeah, he's being brought back dressed for trial.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, we're gonna be filing a motion for psyche foul.
All right, see you back at 1:30.
Thank you.
All right, Neely.
Confirmed, Judge.
And on Mr. Neely, were you all able to come to an agreement All right. So then those are the documents the court needs. And this is going to be the last setting for restitution. If I don't have those documents, then it's going to be $0 restitution. Because this has been set for, oh, where's your client if he can come up? All right. So we're back on the record in 2024 CR 3316 State versus Ezekiel Neely. So this is going to be the last time that I set this for restitution hearing. And this is the reason why. We were here on October 17th, 2024 for restitution hearing. We came back on October 31st for restitution hearing. We came back on November 21st for restitution hearing. We came back on December 3rd for restitution hearing. And now we're back again for restitution hearing, and I still do not have documents in order to make a decision on the restitution amount. So this is going to be the last date for restitution hearing. If I don't have the documents, I don't have the documents. This is going to be set, and I will give you all an option. It can be reset for January 23rd or January 30th.
Just to make sure I understand the court, so this is the last one, but we're having a final one or?
Oh, no, this is it.
Okay.
If I don't have the documents by that date, the restitution amount that's going to be approved for Mr. Cervantes is going to be $0. And people can handle it on this in the civil court. So January 23rd or January 30th?
January 23rd, Your Honor.
Are you good with January 23rd, State?
I am.
Okay, all right. January 23rd, final restitution hearing.
It's a deadline to submit the documents the court needs, correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse. Sure. Alrighty. Thank you. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna go talk to them. Thank you. Christopher Morrison.
You know. We come back at 1:30 or?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, see y'all back at 1:30 for jury trial. All right, thank you. Oh, you ready?
I'm here, Judge, yes. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. Armando Garcia. And is there an application in this case?
There's not, Your Honor.
All right, probation, no application. All right, Deputy, could you move them down to the other end? Court is calling 2024 CR 008210, State of Texas versus Armando Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Garcia.
And are you Mr. Armando Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garcia, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do waive reading, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor. Waiving count 1, waiving count 2, waiving count 4, and the repeater. And proceeding on count 3 alone.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the court admonishments and waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with assault on a peace officer as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do believe he's currently competent and legally sane at the time.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 3. Punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There are no applications, and this is the rank concurrent with cause number 2022 CR 5698. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motion?
There have been no such motions, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence? Any objection?
We reviewed that, Your Honor. No objection.
And I'm assuming the cause number 5698, he's already been sentenced?
That's correct, Your Honor. That's an MTR. It was heard about a month or 2 ago. He got 2 years PDC on that 3rd degree unlawfully carrying a weapon
Okay.
case.
All right, state, you may be excused. Okay. Did you review the document entitled trial court, I'm sorry, waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that we'd ask the court to follow the agreement of 2 years TDC. He has been revoked on his MTR previously for 2 years. Those run together. Plus, he's got about since May of 2024, so about approximately 7 months of jail credit, which we're asking the court to, of course, give him.
All right. Court will follow your agreement, find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 5698. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you, Your Honor. Could you do me a favor? Could you call Alfonso Cabanas back, please?
You be back at 1:30, or do you want me just to wait here?
1:30.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. There, he has someone else on the docket.
We're still here.
Oh, no problem.
It looks like these are already filed down.
I'm sorry.
So I'm
Okay,
not
thank you.
crazy. Or at least I might be crazy, but this isn't proof of it. Good to know.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Justin. All right, thank you.
just a medical case. That's us. So where's the not going on with happening clubs? So, and you go to the details, say here, the people do it to the. And then when we're putting in the hearing, but it's code. Or you can risk your losing account once or whatever. You want to open the account to make sure there's not there, then we'll try to do all that. And
For Henson, yes, I'm looking at it now. State on Henson. The cause number 2024 CR 010449. What is happening with that case? Yes.
Getting dismissed, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
We'll waive his presence, Judge.
All right, so if y'all put that on the record that you're waiving his presence. All righty, let me find it. And are you ready to proceed?
Sort of, defense did file a request. I did respond to that request. I'm sure there's a copy of it. I do have a copy of it.
Yes.
And then today I was handed an affidavit that I reviewed. My response doesn't address the affidavit, so I guess I can just.
Okay, where's the affidavit? Because I don't have it.
I gave a copy to the court. It should be with the court's file.
It's attached right behind.
All right, so this deputy will need to be called.
That was gonna be my argument.
All right. And then I need to know which juror was that? Was that a alternate? Who is it?
That's why we're trying to get the juror card so we can investigate that. So that.
Well, no, I mean, she should be able to tell us who it is.
And I think the whole basis of the motion is there needs to be good cause.
Yes.
And so far in the motion that the defense has filed, and even if this affidavit, which is hearsay, I don't think there is enough. There is any good cause.
Okay.
And Judge, again, so today's day 30, so that's why we're here trying to get the juror cards. I'm not trying to ask the court or the prosecutor.
Oh, no, there needs to be evidence submitted to the court in order for the court to give juror cards.
Right.
And this, what you're giving to me, this affidavit, it's all hearsay. So.
Any affidavit's gonna be hearsay, even the bailiff getting
Yeah,
information from a.
Well,
juror
what I'm
is
telling you is it's hearsay. So
All
what
of
I
it's
need
gonna be
is that witness,
That's why we
whatever you
need the
have needs to
juror.
come in. No,
The
the juror
only-
doesn't need to come in. Whoever is making this affidavit needs to come in.
Thomas Lane?
No, the person he obtained the information from.
They're obtaining, and it's all obtaining information from someone else. We need the source, which is the juror.
No, the source is the bailiff who your witness, Thomas Lane, is saying they obtained this statement from a deputy who's not the deputy in the 187. So that deputy needs to be here.
So the court is ruling that this affidavit that a bailiff is
Yes.
saying that they didn't take it is not good cause.
No, it's not. You'll need the deputy here.
Okay, so again, today's day 30, so I guess I can try to get him here, or I'll file the motion for new trial, and then if the court grants a hearing, I can issue subpoenas at that time.
However you all want to do your case is completely up to you all.
Well, there's no real hearing date because it's just trying to get juror cards. So I don't know if I really am able to subpoena somebody for that
Right.
based on that. So that's why we attempted to get an affidavit from someone else who's an officer of the court. So, but I guess I don't know. It's for good cause. We're trying to make sure that the judicial system worked properly, that everything was followed properly. So I'm not sure.
No, the court determines whether or not it's good cause. And to go into documents to have the court release jurors' information based upon hearsay is not enough. So what you need is whoever this person is that Lane obtained information from, then that person needs to come in and testify. The court is not going to release all 14 jurors' information based upon this deputy saying that they spoke to a juror or one juror spoke to them. That doesn't mean you get every single juror's information, and that's what you're asking for.
And we would need to ask each juror, did that juror tell you?
No,
Did they-
you need to
did they
ask.
ask specifically.
No, you would need the deputy, because according to that affidavit,
That
it's
even
saying
still
that.
wouldn't- oh, I'm sorry, I'm
No.
interrupting.
So here's the thing. That deputy who's alleged to have told Thomas Lane something, then they need to come in and testify and say, yes, this is what I said, and this is the specific juror I spoke to. What I am telling you is I am not going to release 14 jurors' information based upon a hearsay statement from Lane. You would need to have that deputy to come in and say, this is the juror I spoke to. Or who spoke to me.
We would still request all the juror information, asking if that juror relayed any of that information to them.
And what I'm telling you is I'm not going to release the information to anyone, state or the defense, of 14 jurors when, according to the affidavit that is here, the deputy is saying it was one juror. That's what I'm telling you.
So we can't even get their names,
No,
even though the court puts their names on YouTube and leaves it out
no.
there.
And I did not put their names on YouTube. So let's be honest and truthful. I do not put the names or the faces of any jurors on YouTube. I know people like to say things, but that is not true. So here's my suggestion, and I'm not telling anybody how to run their case, but it appears that people keep asking me for things that I'm not giving them. So I want to be very clear. I am not giving the state or the defense 14 jurors' names, addresses, and information based upon a hearsay statement. What I suggest you all do is, if this deputy is saying that something happened, and that is not a deputy that's in this court, I would suggest you get that deputy in here to say, specifically, this is the juror I spoke to. Now, according to your affidavit, if everybody's taking that affidavit as true, she is saying it's one juror. There is no way I'm giving people 14 jurors' name when it's alleged to be one juror. The end. Is there anything else? All right, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, we're taking our recess.